QST. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. The net meets every 2 weeks on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central European Time and Central European Summer Time, depending on the time of year. This is a general purpose net. Anything can be discussed on the net, mostly ham radio stuff, but other things as well. And we'd like to invite everybody who wishes to check in or listen in. The net is available on the 9H1 UHF repeater, the 9H1 DMR repeater, the echo links to those two repeaters, and is also broadcast live on the YouTube channel 9H-HAM GlobalNet. I'd like to thank the trustees of the machines, 9H1 UHF and 9H1 DMR, Mark, Antoine, and Anthony. And I'd like to thank Anthony, 9H5FA, for doing a lot of work on keeping the net going. At this point in time, let me take some check-ins. Are there any check-ins for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet?
That is one Foxtrot Bravo 7 checking in.
Hotel 2 Yankee Mike, over. 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Okay, very good. I have 9H1 FBS, 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike, and 9H5 Foxtrot Alpha checked in. Are there any other check-ins at this point in time? November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey standing by. Hearing none, this is November 7 with, let me give my prefix, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. I have a feeling coffee is acting up today. Good evening, everybody. It's nice to hear your voices. Thank you for checking in. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Good evening here, this is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike, over.
Okay, very good, Martin. It's nice to meet you. Good evening to you. From St. Paul's Bay, I believe you said. The name here is Jerry, Golf Echo Radio Yankee, and I'm not sure about this, but do you have also DMR? And my memory may fail me, but I believe I heard you connect to DMR a while back. I do monitor the DMR repeater 9H1 DMR, and which is also connected to DMR talk group 2780, which happens to be the Malta talk group on Brandmeister DMR. I'm just curious. Go ahead.
This is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike. No, I'm on the repeater 9 Hotel 1 UHF. DMR, I don't remember when I used it last time. A few weeks, maybe months ago. I don't use DMR too much, so the fact that I used that a month ago, so it says all. Back to you. This is 9H-HAM Mike. Over.
Okay, thank you for that, and thank you for checking into the net, Martin. Good evening to you. I hope things are probably very busy at St. Paul's Bay, considering that it's almost summer and the tourist population is back. And but it's a nice place. I spent many a summer at St. Paul's Bay while I was growing up, before I left Malta to come back to the United States. Okay, very good. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. I believe Anthony is busy right now on a meeting. So Charlie, good evening to you, and I hope everything is well with you, and the weather is cooperating, and it's time to go to the beach. 9H1FBS with the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Who's connected to me, because we both had problems in connecting to 9H1UHF-R on Echo Link. So pass it over to him as well, or I will pass it over to him. Well, you can keep the beach. I'm not going to the beach, but it is getting warmer, 26, 27, something like that. Anyway, let me pass it to Ian. Maybe he doesn't have too much time. G0BIA 9H1FBS. I couldn't hear him, so I will go ahead, Jerry.
Mike.
Too late, he disconnected from.
Thank you for that, Charlie. No, he's not connected to 9H1. He's not connected to 9H1 DMR. Yes, there are issues connecting to 9H1 UHF-R via Echo Link. It looks like the number of connections on 9H1 UHF is down to 1, and so whenever Anthony links to the repeater, no one else is able to connect via Echo Link to the 9H1 UHF repeater. That doesn't mean that people can't connect directly to the repeater on the air, just like Martin is doing. He's coming in loud and clear, but he's using the radio and RF, or the UHF frequency, to connect directly to the repeater. And he has a very solid signal into the repeater as well. So let's see. It's nice here. It got cold again. It snowed in the mountains again. It's starting to warm up. The plants and the vegetables are starting to grow, and we're looking forward to summer. It's approximately 16 degrees Celsius right now, but in a few days it's going to go back down in temperature. So the weather really hasn't settled over here yet. It's just deciding whether to give us more storms or whether to give us more heat, and we'll figure that out. How is the weather on Malta? Is it nicer now? I'm assuming it is, but I don't know, obviously, because I don't live there anymore. N7APW.
is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike. Yeah, weather is during the day is relatively sunny and 23 degrees Celsius right now, what I see, and in the midday and shortly afternoon is 25, 26 degrees. So I hope it will be next week warmer and warmer and warmer. All right, back to you. This is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike, over.
Perfect weather. It's not too warm and it's not too cold, and you can go outside. And I'm assuming that the evenings are mild as well. Do you also enjoy swimming, Martin?
Yeah, but I'm not so crazy to go in the water right now. I see already some individuals. They can't wait, so they already. I seen them swimming, but I still can wait till July, maybe June. I have water 50 meters away from my house, so it's not far away. So I'm patient. Like instead of those other people, they are already jumping in the water. Back to you. This is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike.
There. But it's been a very long time. It was a lot of fun, but it still is. And I do not live anywhere close to the sea or to a lake even. The closest lake is about 40 kilometers away in the mountains, and it's fed by mountain water, so the water is very cold all year round, not like the Mediterranean Sea. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Are there any other checkers for the net this evening? I'll stand by again, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. This sounds like it might be kind of a short net, but it's always nice to hold and it's always nice to have. And thank you for everybody checking in this evening. Does anybody have anything else for the net? Any topics, questions, comments, suggestions perhaps? Anything for the net this evening? November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
9H-2 Yankee Mike, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. I'm seeing your QRZ page, and you have a photograph of your HF antenna there. You've got a vertical. Is that? Could you tell us something about this antenna? Is that what shortwave bands is it tuned for? And I'm seeing well in the picture. I can't pick out any guy wires holding it up. Is it flexible? I mean, how does it hold up in a storm? 9 Hotel Yankee Mike. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
This is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike. I have two antennas up there. One is diamond, VHF, it's a tri-band, VHF, UHF, and 50 megahertz band. That's the one with the three counterparts. And then is the HF antenna tuned for on 20 meters. I don't need antenna tuner. It works perfectly. But I use it on the other bands like 7 meters, 7 megahertz or 21, 28 megahertz. all these this antenna works with antenna tuner very well. And it's a vertical, and you cannot see the counterpart. There's a 17 meters long wire. From that point of view, you cannot see it, but it's on the bottom and with the union connected to the vertical. So it's like that. The two is after 2 Yankee Mike.
My name is Anthony Vanek, and well, I don't know. I mean, I'm 57 years old, married, 2 kids. Well, that's it basically. I work at university. Yeah. Well, I was interested in that HF and the HF vertical you have there. Yeah, okay. The radio, the counterpoint doesn't show in the pic, but wow, okay. You have enough space for 70 meters. Is the antenna held up without any guide wires? I mean, is it a made of flexible material or what? Does it bend over in a storm or 9 Hotel Yankee Mike 9H FA?
9 Hotel 5 FA. This is 9 Hotel Yankee Mike. No, I don't have any other wires, only coax what is connected to both antennas. One coax to that diamond tri-band antenna, and that HF the same size with the coaxial cable. And I'm in the second floor, and it's a four stories building. So each floor has 3 or 4 meters. So there are 2 floors above me and the roof, so that's how I connect the antenna from my radio shack. This is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike, back to you, over.
Thanks, Martin. This is 9 Hotel 2 Yankee Mike and H5FA. Thanks, Martin. Have a very nice setup there, it seems, and to see in front of you, you've got a wide open view. Yeah, and 3 stories up is pretty good. Excellent, I should say. So, yeah, congrats, you've got a very nice setup there. So, 9 Hotel, 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Zero BIA, I think I've got access.
Yes, Ian, good evening to you. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM Global Net. Go ahead.
Bravo and your Alpha. Good evening, Jerry. Good evening, Charles. Thank you for seeing me there, Charles. I don't know what happened, but my Echo Link screen suddenly disappeared down to nothing and went below the taskbar at the bottom of the computer, so I had to reboot a couple of times. I did call in on a 9H-1 DMR, but nobody answered, so perhaps you heard me and were in conference. When I tried to get back in just now, I clicked on 9H-1 UHF repeater, which is in conference with 9H-5 Foxtrot Alpha, and it refused me access. So I've come back in via 9H-1 FPS, Charles, to say good evening to everybody. I haven't been on for quite a long time. Trust you're all well out there. I did see there was I think a cloudburst at Marsa the other day. So I've been through one of them in the past. Quite spectacular at times. So we're keeping well. Keep take the tablets. WX in the UK at the moment, we're not exactly in drought situation, but we're not far off, and we're expecting some rain tomorrow and Saturday, and the gardens really need it. So it's a beautiful evening here And what's my temperature? Just so you can be envious. It's only 15 in wind chill. That's what I've got at the moment. Anyway, trust everybody's well. Back to you, Jerry, from Golf Zero, Bravo, India Alpha.
Good. G0BIA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7APW. Perfect transmission. Yes, there is an issue with the 9H1 UHF-R Echolink link. If you notice on Echolink, it's blue as opposed to, I guess, black in color. When a station turns blue, or a link or a repeater turns blue, that means they're maxed out on the number of repeater trustees, and they can take a look at it. And maybe if they've decided that that's the way they want it, just let us know, and we'll tell everybody to connect elsewhere. But either way, everybody who has a number of connections greater than 2 will be able to host other stations connecting to them and participating in whichever net or group of people is connected through Echolink, which is what we're all doing. In fact, I'm connected to 9H1DMR. I couldn't connect to 9H1 UHF, and that's the story there. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with a short pause for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Okay, very good. Let's see. It's very interesting. I do not operate HF here. I could, but I don't. I've been so spoiled with DMR that it's not even funny. On DMR, I do monitor 9H1 DMR or Brandmeister Talk 80. On a regular basis, provided my radio is on. If the radio is not on, I'm not monitoring anything. But when the radio is on, I monitor the talk group 2780 on Brandmeister, and it seems to work very well indeed. All right, this is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Are there any other checkers for the net this evening? Okay, and a couple of things of interest. I heard that the International Amateur Radio Union, IARU, is considering combining all the zones together into one big zone. The reason for that is that it would cost a lot less to support and maintain the 3 zones, 1, 2, and 3, as one big zone. So that may be showing up sometime soon. It takes time. I've also heard that there is a motion to give American hams who have a technician's license the ability to operate on some HF frequencies as well, which they don't really have that much at all at this point in time, mainly on 40 meters, 20 meters, and 15 meters. So there may be, if this passes, there may be a lot more activity on HF by holders of licenses whose level is technician. There are 3 levels of licenses in the United States at this time: technician, general, and extra. General and extra have HF privileges, but technicians have a small portion of CW on, I believe, the 15-meter band, and that's about it. And I can stand corrected on that because it's been a long time. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. Now, Martin, I hope you're still on there. What are the conditions on HF right now? I know the sunspot cycle is close to, if not past, the high. What is HF like these days, Martin? Go ahead.
If all zones are grouped into one, maybe W9H5FA. W9H5FA, do you copy?
Didn't quite get what you said in your previous transmission.
Did I understand well that ERO are planning to join all regions into one big region? Is that correct? And 7APW 9H5FA.
Correct. I don't know where they are on it, but it's been proposed that all three zones go into one big zone. I'm not sure it makes too much of a difference for hams at all, but that would be interesting. I think all bands should have the same privileges all around the world, and avoid cross-band transmissions and we can hear you on this part of the band, but you can hear us on the other part of the band, etc., etc. That would be interesting. I think it should be aligned. It's been quite a while. I think is it Yaru that's celebrating 100 years of its founding? I believe that's correct.
I'm saying APW 9H5FA. Terry, okay, I'm looking at the R website now. It's probably a little somewhere, I don't know, but anyway, if the three regions are grouped into one, would there be any implications of, what would be the implications of an operator getting a license in one region and going to operate in another? I know that there are sort of separate issues, even within the same region. But does that mean that with a European license I can go to the States and operate from there? So maybe W9H5FA. By the way, I messaged the Marco, the trustee of the 9H1UHFR repeater, and he just replied back and said there is nothing changed in the echo link settings from his end, so I'm not sure exactly what's going wrong. Back to 9H-HAM GlobalNet, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
If you could text him back and ask him to check the maximum number of connections that can be connected to 9H1 UHF-R, and it should be greater than 2. Otherwise, this happens, or else, I don't think this is the first time it's happened either, if my memory serves me correctly, but I may be wrong. I think licensing privileges are governed by countries themselves. In our case, it's the FCC, and in other countries, it's different. On Malta, it's different as well. Whoever issues the call signs and the licenses governs the reciprocal agreements, I believe. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's correct. And I don't I don't know how many countries the U.S. has reciprocal agreements with. I'm not even sure we have a reciprocal agreement with Malta at this point in time. We didn't have that before because when I moved a long time ago, I had to start from square one again and get a U.S. license in order to operate on the ham bands. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Are there any other check-ins for the net this evening?
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, can I take it? G0BIA.
G0BIA 9H5FA. I'm not sure that Jerry copied your last over. Yeah, go ahead. It's an open net, so yeah, the floor is yours. G0BIA 9H5FA.
9H5 Foxtrot Alpha G0BIA. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm just about to pull the big. I've got a few jobs to do before we go to the land of Nod. Nice to hear you on tonight, and thank you, Jerry, for the explanation of the blue illustration on the screen. I didn't know that at all. So, and if you're monitoring DMR, I might switch my DMR radio on a little bit more. I was very active with it from the beginning of COVID to about 18 months ago, and then it just seems to have died a death. So we're not very active at all at the moment on anything, apart from a Zoom meeting with 8 or 9 RAFAS members on a Friday afternoon, when we talk anything and everything. In fact, last Friday afternoon, one of the amateurs who bought himself an old wartime transmitting station in the heart of Wales, complete with double glazing, which had 7-inch airspace between the glass and very high ceiling, and constructed himself a shack bigger than probably any house you're sat in at the moment, and he gives us all a look around the equipment he'd got, and he'd got everything, and I mean everything, from 1950s projector televisions, record players, army sets, navy sets, you name it, he had it. You know, we thought he'd finished, and then he goes on. In fact, I said, when's his catalogue coming out? It was very interesting to see how somebody else, I think there's a phrase, I think it's kleptomania, but perhaps that's been cruel. Anyway, it's nice to be able to talk to you all as best we can, and I'll put a call out on DMR and see if you can hear me in the next few days when I remember. So with that, I'm going to say Leila Tayeb, thank you very much for having me at 7-3 and all that. So I'll hand it back to 9 Hotel 5, Foxtrot Alpha, as you handed it to me. And good night to Charles, good night to you, good night to Martin, is it? Because I've got no list, and of course yourself, Jerry. So 9 Hotel 5, Foxtrot Alpha, T0 BIA, wishing 7 3s, just listening briefly and going QRT.
Well, I didn't see Anthony pick it up, so I'll pick it up. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. I normally listen between somewhere about 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Malta time on a fairly regular basis during the weekends. I really don't have weekdays and weekends. So if you feel like it, and remember, just give a call, and hopefully my radio will be on. And I told the Brandmeister system to pass through any traffic that shows up on talk group 2780 onto the radio, just as if it was a private call. And hopefully, as long as the radio is on, I should be able to hear you. And I'd enjoy a QSO on DMR as well, Ian. 73s for now. Thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. Be well. Keep smiling, and we'll talk soon. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
7 3s, thanks again, and I'll make a note of that. Cheers, G0 BIA QRT.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM. Hearing none, I'd like to thank everybody for checking in. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 check-ins this evening. I'd like to invite everybody to check in again, same time, same frequency, same connection, in 2 weeks' time on Thursday at 8 p.m. local Central European time and Central European summer time. And in the meantime, 73s to all. Thank you for all the permissions that we have on the local Maltese repeaters, 9H1 UHF and 9H1 DMR, and hopefully we'll hear you soon. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.